Hey guys, so hopefully you had a chance to work on those problems on the worksheet that I attached to your lesson for today. This video is just going to kind of go through how to work them. I'm going to try to use this pen feature, but it really does not work well on here. So basically, they're asking what value of the variable in each one of these would make the expression undefined. So all we're doing is looking for the value of the variable that would make the bottom equal 0. Okay, so on this very first one, it's kind of, you could probably do it in your head. 2 times what would equal 0? Well, we know that 2 times 0, always, anything times 0 equals 0. So A would need to be 0 for that bottom to be 0. What number minus 3 would equal 0? You probably can do that in your head and say 3. This is so hard. But if you needed to set it up as a small equation, you could do this, and to get rid of that minus 3, you would add 3, and you would do it to both sides. So that would make x equals 3, because those would cancel out. Okay, so x would equal 3. 3 is what makes that undefined. On this one, you've got two amounts being multiplied together. You've got x minus 2 being multiplied by x plus 3, so you're basically doing this twice. What number minus 2 would equal 0? 2, right? And then what number plus 3 would equal 0? Well, if you remember a lot about our integer rules, when you add the positive a number to the negative a number, you get 0. Like if you started at -3 and added 3, you'd end up at 0 on a number line. So those are the two values that would make this undefined, 2 and -3. On this one, 4 plus what would equal 0? I'm just going to put equals 0 out here. You would need to get rid of that 4 from both sides, right? By subtracting 4. So if z were -4, that one would be undefined. So that's the answer on that one. And then this one was a little bit more difficult. You really need to factor out anything out of the bottom you can. If you see they both of those have the a in them, so I'm going to factor out an a. A times what is a squared? A times a. And a times what is a? A times 1, because 1 times anything is just what you started with, right? And you can check that by going a times a is a squared, a times 1 is a. So that is this factored. So either this amount or this amount needs to be 0. So a would make it 0, because no matter what this was, when you multiplied it by 0, it would be 0. And then what would make a plus 1 equal 0? That would be a -1, right? Because if you set a plus 1, okay, ignore that. If you set a plus 1 equal to 0, you would subtract 1 from both sides, so that would be -1. So those are the two amounts that would make that one undefined. So I hope this gave y'all a little bit of practice and kind of helped you feel more comfortable with determining whether expression is undefined or not. I do know that very often there's at least one of these problems on your GED test, so I think it's really important for y'all to know what makes something undefined. The big thing, the big idea is that having a 0 on the bottom of the fraction is what makes it undefined. And then how you find that is just set whatever's on the bottom equal to 0 and solve for it. Solve for the variable to see what that would be. So if y'all have any questions, give me a call. Give me a text on Remind. However you want to get in touch with me, just ask me and I will try to help as much as I can. Hope you are having a great day. Bye.